So here I am at this. The future was here, the Industrial Revolution. It is here. This is the future, and this is the Design Museum's new Future Technologies exhibition, looking at the world of future manufacturing. And it's really quite something. Of course, you see there's many 3D printed items, the kind of thing that you would expect to find here, and isn't really necessarily huge news, but check this out. This is something else. This isn't just a sofa, this is a crowdsourced sofa. So what happened is that Made.com ran a competition for people to design a sofa. And then they voted for it, they looked at modular structures, they looked at different approaches for putting this stuff together. And you can see here a whole range of different designs that emerged. You can see sketches that were put through, and you can see CAD renderings of the final design. And of course, what's interesting here is that you have a group of people getting utility into everyday objects, which is one of the great values of modern manufacturing techniques. It's not just a question of having new ways to make stuff yourself. It's about having new ways to make stuff completely within a community and sharing ideas. Other interesting ones here, interesting topics, is this section is on unmaking. This toaster, the Optimist toaster, is made completely from aluminium. It's very robust, it's a lovely bit of simple industrial design with minimal parts. But what's brilliant about this toaster is the fact that basically the entire thing can be recycled when it comes to the end of its life. And that, again, is one of the big issues, because new technologies aren't just about making more stuff. It's about keeping our resources, which will become precious and scarce, used effectively and reusable. It's very important. As we come around here, you'll see a lot more 3D printing materials, but then over this way, we've got biodegradable shoes. Check that out. Biodegradable shoes, which is really very useful. Additionally, here you can see this company, Unto This Last, which is a furniture design company that uses plywood and laser routing to be able to use pretty much any kind of plywood and make adjustments and routing adjustments. So they go through a very minimal process. If you look up here, there's a sheet of plywood there describing a whole range of different products, which we then see assembled here. Now, what's interesting about that, of course, is the fact that it's not just about having a technology that replaces one machine. It's about having a technology that can replace multiple machines and multiple stages in the development process. And that is, again, part of this whole manufacturing in the future idea, that we're more effective with the resources that we have, and we are more intelligent in the way that we engineer entire end-to-end processes. And we think about the long-term lifespan of a product, from beginning through its useful life to recycling. Of course, there's some oldies but goldies here. Look, there's an Adrian Bowyer rep wrap sitting there. That's where it all started on the 3D printing front. And it's always nice to see it. It's very cool. It's like the Daleks for Doctor Who, isn't it, basically? And this is where we come to the 3D printing sections. You can see we've got a variety of machines here. But there's one that's got me really excited. Check this out.
And then Sarah, if you could just look really closely into the printer.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt this guy's film shoot because it's a press day and people are filming it and doing stuff. But there, that's a Formlabs Form 1 printer, which is a reverse stereolithography machine. So that pulls a design backwards out of a vat of resin. If you have a look at this, you really get great resolution on that. I mean, it's significantly better resolution and finish and fine detail than you get from one of these, a MakerBot, which is still awesome, but fused filament deposition is a bit ham-fisted. This is fantastic. Look at that. Look at the finish on that. And what makes this really clever is Here's the printer bed, which sits upside down, and it's slowly. You can see the laser. You can see the laser in there. It's a Blu-ray laser. So you've got a Blu-ray laser. So these cheap components, they're easy to get. There's a Blu-ray laser firing into this layer here of resin, and what that does is cure it in up to 0.2 micron thick layers, and that slowly pulls the design like that out of the resin. And what's really important about that is because it's pulling it out as opposed to cooking it in, it can be a layer of resin this thick, and you can still create a 3D shape out of that. Now that is quite remarkable. In fact, this exhibition is remarkable, and I would say that if you're interested in the tech, you haven't seen it, then you must absolutely, definitely come down and have a look. They've got examples of the Wiki House, which is an open source architectural design that has 10 steps to go from zero to house. There's kinds of manufacturing techniques, there's interest in the materials, there's examples of robot CNC routing, lasers, 3D printers. It's geek heaven, and also represents the convergence of industrial processes and creative processes, and that's the era we're entering now. It's one where it's not just about industrial manufacture and design living separately. It's about those two things, the creative and the technological, coming together into what they're calling the third age of design, which is a bit farty, but it does make sense. First age was the Industrial Revolution. Second age was the swing in consumer design in the 50s and 60s, with the creation of design products we're all familiar with, like Charles and Ray Eames chairs, and Terence Conran, and your funky product packaging. And now we're looking at that third phase, which is those two things joining together. Come here. The future was here, and it is over there. Peace.